Have you ever felt like your mind just doesn't stop? Like no matter how quiet the world gets, your thoughts keep getting louder? You replay conversations, again and again. You think about what you said, what you should have said, and what they might be thinking right now. This is not just thinking. This is overthinking. And the truth is, people who overthink are not weak. They are aware. Too aware. They notice things others ignore. A slight change in tone. A delayed reply. A different expression. While others move on, you stay there, analyzing every detail. You don't just experience moments, you break them down. And slowly, without realizing, your own mind becomes a trap. Overthinking often starts as protection. Your brain is trying to prepare you, trying to avoid mistakes, trying to keep you safe. But somewhere along the way, it stops protecting you and starts controlling you. You begin to doubt simple decisions. You question your own feelings. You hesitate even when your heart knows the answer. And the worst part? You don't trust peace. When things are calm, your mind searches for problems. Because silence feels unfamiliar. So you create noise inside your head. This is why overthinkers feel exhausted, even when they've done nothing physically. Because mentally, they've been through everything. They've imagined every outcome, every failure, every rejection, before anything even happens. And that's the hidden pain. You're living problems that don't even exist. Overthinking doesn't just affect your mind. It changes how you see yourself and the world. You start assuming the worst. Not because you want to, but because your brain is trained to expect it. A simple message becomes a mystery. A small silence becomes rejection. A normal situation becomes something much bigger. And slowly, you lose the ability to stay in the present. Because your mind is always somewhere else. In the past, or in a future that hasn't even happened. Overthinkers often struggle with decisions. Even the smallest choices feel heavy. What if I choose wrong? What if this leads to something bad? So instead of choosing, you delay. And that delay creates more anxiety. It becomes a loop. Think, doubt, overanalyze, repeat. And deep inside, you start feeling stuck. You want clarity, but your thoughts only create confusion. You want peace, but your mind keeps questioning everything. And relationships? They become complicated too. Because you don't just listen to words. You try to understand hidden meanings. You read between lines, even when there's nothing there. And sometimes, you end up hurting yourself with assumptions. Not because people actually did something wrong, but because your mind filled the gaps. Overthinking also creates a constant pressure. To be perfect. To not make mistakes. To not be judged. And that pressure slowly becomes fear. Fear of speaking. Fear of acting. Fear of being seen. So you stay quiet. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you're thinking too much. But here's something most people don't tell you. Overthinking is not your enemy. It's a skill that just lost its balance. The same mind that overthinks is also capable of deep understanding, creativity, empathy, awareness. You don't just see the world. You feel it. And that is powerful. But only if you learn to control it. The goal is not to stop thinking. That's impossible. The goal is to stop letting your thoughts control you. You need to start observing your thoughts, instead of believing all of them. Not every thought is true. Not every fear is real. Sometimes, your mind is just trying to protect you in the wrong way. So take a step back. Pause. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? If it's hurting you, let it go. Not every question needs an answer. Not every situation needs analysis. Sometimes, peace comes from not knowing everything. And slowly, you'll start noticing a change. Less noise. less pressure, more clarity. You'll still think deeply, but you won't drown in it. And that's the difference. Because being an overthinker is not a weakness. It's just a mind that needs direction. And once you learn that, your greatest struggle can become your greatest strength.